What if the difference between a good day and a bad day was completely in your control? What if you could walk into any situation, a high-stakes meeting, a tough conversation, a sudden setback, with a deep, unshakable sense of calm and confidence? Let's be honest, for most of us, it feels like our emotions are in the driver's seat, and we're just clinging on for dear life. A single negative comment can ruin your whole morning. An unexpected problem sends your anxiety through the roof. You get stuck in loops of worrying about the future or regretting the past, and it's just exhausting. Sound familiar? This feeling of being emotionally reactive is the default for most people, but it absolutely does not have to be your default. Becoming mentally unstoppable boils down to three things: resilience, self-discipline, and emotional control. It's the ability to respond to life's curveballs with a steady hand instead of reacting on impulse. This isn't about being a robot or feeling nothing. It's about having your emotions without letting your emotions have you. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to build this internal superpower. We're going to break down 3 practical, science-backed habits that will forge the discipline and resilience you need to become mentally unstoppable. These aren't empty platitudes. They're trainable skills that will fundamentally change how you experience your world. Habit number 1 is mastering the pause, the art of the space between. This sounds almost too simple, but it is the bedrock of all emotional control. Think about it. When do you make your worst decisions? When do you say the thing you immediately wish you could take back? It's almost always in the heat of the moment, in that split second when an emotion, anger, fear, anxiety hijacks your rational brain. A frustrating email hits your inbox, and you fire back a reply you'll regret. Someone cuts you off in traffic, and you're instantly laying on the horn with your blood pressure spiking. That's an automatic, unchecked reaction. But neuroscience shows us something incredible. There is a tiny, almost invisible space between the moment something happens, the stimulus, and our reaction to it. The secret to mental strength is learning to find that space and live there. This is where mindfulness is a game changer. At its core, mindfulness is just paying attention to right now without judging it. When you practice this, you get better at noticing an emotion rising before it takes over. This practice strengthens the neural pathways between your prefrontal cortex, your brain's calm, rational CEO, and your amygdala, which acts as your brain's emotional panic button. You're essentially training your brain to choose a thoughtful response instead of defaulting to a knee-jerk reaction. So, how do you actually do this? Here's your game plan. Practice the 5-second pause. The next time you feel a strong negative emotion bubbling up, anger, frustration, anxiety, before you do a single thing, just stop. Silently count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In those 5 seconds, you don't act, you don't speak, you just breathe and notice the feeling. This tiny delay is huge. It creates just enough of a gap to interrupt an emotional hijack and put your thinking brain back in charge. You'll be amazed how often the response you choose after 5 seconds is completely different and way more constructive. Want to supercharge it? Pair this with the well-known 5-4-3-2-2-1 grounding technique. Name 5 things you can see, 4 things you can feel, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. This yanks you out of your head and plants you firmly back in the real world. Mastering this pause is the first, most critical step. The second habit is cognitive reframing. Become the architect of your thoughts. If the first habit is about creating a space before you react, this habit is about what you choose to do in that space. Mentally strong people know a profound secret. It's not an event that causes our suffering, it's the story we tell ourselves about it. The situation is just the situation. Our interpretation is what gives it power. This is the core principle behind a powerful psychological tool from cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, called cognitive reappraisal. It's the conscious act of changing your story to change your emotional response. This isn't about good vibes only or pretending problems don't exist. It's about challenging your automatic negative stories and deliberately choosing a more empowering one. Let's say you get passed over for a promotion. The automatic story might be, I'm a failure. I knew I wasn't good enough. My boss doesn't see my value. That story leads straight to shame and demotivation. But an architect of reality hits pause and consciously builds a different story. They might ask, what if this isn't a final verdict on my worth, but just feedback on my current skill set? What skills can I build that will make me the undeniable choice next time? What if this is actually a redirection towards something even better for me? See the shift? The situation is identical, but the story changes everything. The first story is a prison. The second is a launch pad. Practicing this consistently actually rewires your brain through neuroplasticity, building new thought patterns that make resilience your new default. So here's your actionable step. Ask, what else could this mean? Whenever you catch yourself spiraling into a negative story, your job is to interrupt it by asking, what are two other possible interpretations here? Your friend hasn't texted back. Automatic story, they're mad at me. Reframe 1, they're swamped at work and haven't glanced at their phone. Reframe 2, they saw it and are waiting until they have a free moment to give a real response. You made a mistake during a real response. You made a mistake during a presentation. Automatic story, I'm so incompetent. Reframe 1, that was a great learning moment that showed me exactly what to prep for next time. Reframe 2, every expert on the planet was once a beginner, and making mistakes is just part of the price of admission for growth. By creating other options, you break the monopoly of your brain's automatic negativity. You take the pen back and become the author of your own experience. This brings us to our final and maybe most important habit, the discipline of imperfect action. Mental toughness isn't built in one heroic moment of triumph. It's forged in the small, unglamorous, and consistent choices you make every day. We tend to think of discipline as this mythic trait you either have or you don't, and we wait for motivation to strike before we get started. But mentally unstoppable people know motivation is a fickle friend. Discipline, on the other hand, is a system you build. And the biggest enemy of discipline? Perfectionism. We tell ourselves, I'll start working out once I find the perfect routine, or I'll start meditating when life calms down. We set the bar so impossibly high that we never even take the first step. The discipline of imperfect action flips that script. The goal isn't to be perfect. The goal isn't to be perfect. The goal is to be consistent. A messy 10-minute workout is infinitely better than the perfect 60-minute workout you never do. Reading one page of a book is infinitely better than planning to read the chapter and never opening it. Why does this work? In his book, Atomic Habits, James Clear explains that every action you take is like casting a vote for the type of person you want to become. When you show up, even imperfectly, you send a powerful signal to your subconscious. I'm someone who follows through. I can count on myself. This builds the self-trust that is the foundation of real confidence. Small habits repeated over time compound into massive mental strength. Here is your actionable step, borrowed directly from Clear. Follow the 2-minute rule. Pick one habit you want to build and scale it down until it takes less than 2 minutes to do. Want to exercise more? Your goal isn't go to the gym. Your goal is put on your workout clothes. That's it. That's the win. Once your clothes are on, you'll probably feel like doing a bit more. Want to meditate? Your goal is to sit down and take one deep breath. Want a journal? Your goal is to write one single sentence. The point is to make starting so ridiculously easy that you can't say no. This isn't about the 2 minutes. It's about mastering the art of showing up. Once you build the ritual of starting, you can worry about optimizing later. So, let's bring it all together. 3 habits to make you mentally unstoppable. First, master the pause, where you find your power in the space between stimulus and response. Second, reframe your reality, where you become the author of your story. And third, embrace imperfect action, where you build momentum through small, consistent wins. The journey to mental strength isn't about becoming a different person. It's about chipping away at the automatic reactions and negative stories to reveal the calm, confident, and resilient person who has been in there all along. You don't have to be perfect. Just be 1% better today than you were yesterday. Start with one deep breath. One reframed thought. One 2-minute action. Start today. You won't just face your days, you'll command them. Thanks for watching. If this video helped you, hit that like button and share it with someone who might need to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe for more content to help you build a life you're proud of. Until next time. By the way, if you're finding this helpful, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button. We put out videos like this every week to help you build a stronger mind and a better life. And drop a comment below which of these habits is hitting home for you the most so far.